So going back and using the example of interns, basically what happened was for about a year and a half, we had our project with interns had failed. So either we were not finding interns, people were not applying, or if people were applying, they were underqualified often, or even though they started an internship with us, they what we thought was an internship and what they thought they were going to get out of an internship were not in line. They were just we were not getting along with our interns, and it was less helpful and a less of a win-win for the two sides than I had anticipated. My team did not believe in this intern project, and it was kind of like they felt like it was a burden more than help, and that they'd rather do everything themselves than have interns and delegate the tasks to. So, after figuring out what the problem was, and the biggest problem was that um, for the interns, there was no consequence of leaving the internship. The internship didn't do anything for them, it wasn't part of their program, so there was no reason for them to keep learning with us. I think ultimately the interns didn't know why they were getting experience from us, or their expectations were not matching of what they thought Pashion was or what they thought they would be doing. So the way we solved this problem is that eventually I went to the diplomatic academy in Azerbaijan because they had a career center. So it's much easier for us as a small company to work with a career center at a school, because then we have a contact person, they have a constant flow of interns, and their studies and expectations from them as students were in line with what we were doing. And since the students at the diplomatic academy were studying business and marketing, and what they were learning is in line with what we do, we came up with a win-and-win solution. And ever since we've been working with interns from the diplomatic academy, it has been a great experience both for us and for them. We've had some amazingly talented interns who were just, very impressive, very responsible, very talented, very dynamic. And I think we were also able to give them a very positive experience. And long term, as our team grows, I think we know exactly where we're going to find our candidates. So that was a success story of how something that was very negative in terms of the hiring process became a really positive one. So don't give up, keep looking. If someone's not right, part ways, look again, look again. But the one thing you shouldn't do is not hiring people. I think you have to take the risk and you have to have this exchange, because the next thing I'm going to talk about is one of the other mistakes that I did is trying to do everything myself. So because it's my company, because I'm a perfectionist, I at one point burned myself out, or several times, because I was trying to do too many things at the same time. As a company owner, you always have to have like a global perspective and make sure you are sane and not overstressed, because if you're stressed and if you're being crazy, then it's going to reflect on everyone in the team. So now I take good care of having a very strong, calm mind so that I'm focused whenever I need to be and that I can be there for my team. So, considering all this, it's very important as a business owner, if you are hiring people, to delegate. So, on one hand, you want to delegate and you also want to give guidance. The reason I say delegate is that you don't want to leave things on their own. You have to make sure people are doing the things the way they should be doing. So, for example, one thing I would do is give someone a task and watch them do it. I don't know if it's a text, I don't know, maybe it's a post for Facebook. Have them do 10 posts and check them. Check to see if there are, I don't know, spelling mistakes. If after 10 posts you see that there are many spelling mistakes, you go back to the person, you talk to them about it, you say that when you check it, you don't want to see spelling mistakes, and that's part of their job. Then you go back and let them do it again and again and again until you are at a point where you see that, out of 10 posts, maybe there's one mistake or there's none at all. So you have to build towards that kind of independence. And so the delegation process and basically basically giving up your control is an incremental small thing. Don't give them like a huge task and be like, okay, you go do this. Have them manage the Facebook page, I don't know, for 6 months, never looking at it. And then in 6 months' time, looking at it and being like, oh my God, what is going on? And then getting very mad. So slowly by slowly, slowly by slowly, the more you see them do and you better you see them get at something, delegate more and more and more and more. So I think that's one of the most important things of being a manager and managing someone in a small team.